Hi, this is Kat with Beadaholique, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to make the Celestial Moon necklace. Now, this features a beautiful charm set from TierraCast here. So it's the 5 phases of the moon, and these are all sold as one complete set. So I thought it would be a great idea to use them in a strung necklace using some snake chain here. And we're also going to be needing some jump rings. I have some cord ends there for the chain, my little lobster clasp, and to space out my little charms, I'm going to be using some gold metal beads. Now, the other thing that you'll need is you will need some E6000, and I have a couple little scraps of wire. You can also use a toothpick as well. And I have just a little sticky pad here so I can put that glue down on that. And then for tools, we're going to use some flush cutters. We're going to use some chain nose pliers and some bent chain nose pliers. And to help you size your necklace, I'm going to be using a ruler here. So if you have everything ready to go, let's go ahead and get started. So of course, first things first, we are going to cut our snake chain. Now we sell the chain by the foot. So this is 2 feet here. Now what I want to do is I'm actually going to cut off 18 inches. So there's 15, and there we go. So I want to cut off 18 inches. Now, by cutting off the last piece here, we can save that and use that for something else. But I do want to let you know that it won't be an 18-inch necklace because we're going to need space for our lobster clasp and our cord ends there at the end. So it'll be a little bit larger than that. So just keep that in mind as you are sizing your necklace. And now, really simply, what we're going to do is we are going to string on one of our gold beads here. And we're just going to string through our charms and add 1 gold bead in between each. And you want to keep them in order here as they fall down there. And this is a really nice little easy project, and you can just see that those little charms are going to be nicely spaced with these gold beads. Now, if you wanted to, there are lots of other options you could use for beads. You could use, let's say, some 2-0 Matubo beads. You could use some larger beads that would accommodate this chain. Anything that you like to create this type of style. All right, so we're going to let that fall. And it's going to be able to move on that chain, so we're just going to kind of leave it as is, but it looks really, really beautiful. So coming to the ends here, and now I'm going to bring in my glue. Now what I want to do first is I want to attach my little jump rings to my cord ends and finish my lobster clasp so that once I'm done gluing, I can just let it be. So this is kind of a little bit of a reverse step. So we're going to come in and give a little gentle twist to open up one of our jump rings and slip it on to our cord end there. And I'm going to slip the lobster clasp onto this one. And we're just going to close that up. Now, as you can probably guess, that chain is going to fit inside that well there. So when I talk about the sizing earlier, I wanted to let you know that it's really the lobster clasp and these jump rings that you're sizing out. So I'll kind of show you what that looks like here in a second. There we go. All right, so you're adding about that little space there. So if we have our jump ring and our lobster clasp, and just to show you a little bit of the sizing there, you're adding just about 3/4 of an inch, just under an inch actually, I'd say. So you're adding about that distance. So when you are cutting your chain, be mindful of that. All right, so now let's get our E6000 onto our little plate here. And you can just squeeze out a little bit. We don't need too much, but just enough. And I like to do it that way. That way I can leave my glue closed and kind of set it aside right away. So I can work off of this piece here. Now, go ahead and dip your toothpick or your little scrap of wire there. And we want to get some nice glue on there, but not too much. And you're just going to bring it into the well and kind of move it around a little bit. We want to try to get as much in there as possible. All right. There we go. All right. Then we're going to come to one side of our chain and sneak that in and just kind of hold it for a minute. And we would want to lay that down there. Perfect. All right, and coming to the other side here. And this is why I recommend you just do this. And now if you've done it the other way where you've added the glue, just want to make sure that you wait about 24 hours or so before you try to mess with it and add those jump rings and that lobster clasp. That's why I've just figured I would just kind of reverse it here so you could at least see what it looks like finished. All right. And I'm just going to hold that there. All right. So that is more or less the finished design. You can see down here at the bottom, we have that beautiful curve of our lovely beads and charms. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You can get all of these supplies and see even more tutorial videos by heading over to Beadaholique.com, and be sure to hit that subscribe button below to get all the latest from Beadaholique.